see so far from your transfer from Washington to Taki?
Taki? Great leader, brings great energy. He's a guy that's played in this conference before, so he's battle tested. We're going to need that experience that he has, especially with the group that we got going on this spring. I got a lot of young guys that are taking a lot of reps that don't have the amount of reps that he's played in this conference, so he's been great for us since he's been here.
When you're entering spring knowing that 3 of your guys who are on a 2D are not going to be available, how did you go about strategizing and planning for rep distribution and things for, like you say, for guys who just hadn't been as experienced?
Yep, just this is really a great opportunity for a lot of young guys to get reps, like Keanu Williams, Suavo Poti, all those type of guys, Mikael Afese, like all those guys, just trying to get them as many reps as they can. While the other 3 are sitting. Typically, you want to get those guys reps, Doris and those guys. But this is a great time for the young guys to try to close the gap, so to speak, in terms of reps. And you can't get enough for those guys, whether it's on the field, it's in the classroom, and they've been doing a pretty good job of taking all that in.
When you're inheriting a group that had its fewest sacks in over 20 years, yes, it'll be on edge guys too, and interior guys, but ultimately, how do you go about trying to establish and identify those pass rushes from guys 300-plus pound interior?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is the scheme too as well. We got some guys with Dorless when he's healthy. I think having DJ on the edge too helps us in pass rushing. But a lot of it is just a relentless effort, finding guys that are athletic. Jake Shipley now, we're sliding him down, playing with us as a defensive line, gives us another guy that's athletic. Trevin also with us in defensive line. So trying to find ways where we can put these guys in position where we can take advantage of mismatches. And I think Coach LaFoy has got a great scheme of that. And also Coach Lanning, so that we can create protection issues and we can create one-on-ones where we want them to.
I was talking to JoJo Duman back at the Combine. He said that first spring together, you said you were buying the stock. And clearly that paid off pretty nicely for you.
Yeah.
Anybody who you're buying stock in just yet?
It's too early right now to buy stocks. For all of us, even myself, we're in work in progress mode. We got to have a growth mentality that we always talk about in our room, good, better, best. And every single day we're just trying to get better one at a time. And today was a pretty good job of us just trying to figure each other out. Chemistry matters, me just getting to know the guys, substitutions, down and distance situations, all those types of things. So we're a work in progress, and that's what spring's all about. So hopefully when it's all said and done and we kick off in September or August, we're ready to go.
You're halfway through spring ball. Just what's kind of the mission next half for your position?
Just continue to get more physical at the point of attack. We got to do a better job in the run game. Obviously, there were some big runs against us today, so we got to be stout at the point of attack. I want these guys to be able to recognize what's happening in front of them and to react. That's the game. No matter what level of football that you're playing, okay, it's all about recognition, reaction, and these young guys got to be able to see what's happening in front of them and then react to it really, really fast. So I kind of give them the example of a cell phone. You want to operate at all 4 Wi-Fi bars on light, right? And some of our guys are operating at 1. Okay, so my goal for them is how many bars can we light up before spring ball's over.
You talked about 3 guys being out with injuries up front. That's also allowed the younger guys to get more reps. Have you seen someone grow with that extra reps that they've had? Dan mentioned maybe it's the rep count's maybe a little high than you would like, but are you seeing someone take advantage of those extra reps?
Yeah, especially in the last couple of practices. I'm seeing guys like Keanu Williams grow. Taki, he's definitely got to grow too as well. He's a guy that's got a lot of playing experience, but he's got to learn a new system and learn how we do things and how we operate here. But Keanu Williams, the last couple of practices, I've seen him kind of grow and get better. Jake Shipley, coming in playing a new position, I see him growing and getting better. Guys are understanding what they got to do within the scheme of the defense, and that's the thing I'm really happy about those guys doing right now.
With a lot of younger guys, you mentioned getting a lot of snaps. How does that help the depth at all, maybe development-wise? Even though you never want guys out, does that kind of move that along a little bit, you think?
It definitely does, and these young guys got to understand that everybody's got to be ready to go. Throughout the course of the season, we can't control what's going to happen with injuries and depth, so it's very important for these young guys to understand, I got to prepare myself like I'm always going to be up. I'm the next guy up. And so for me, I always want to have my rotation, whether it's the 8th guy or the first guy, those guys, the better we can be from 1 to 8, the better we're going to be when we're in the game. It doesn't matter who's going in and out, we can still play at a high level.
What was it about Oregon that you wanted to come out and change jobs?
It's the relationship, with Adrian Clam, I've known him for a long time. But being able to be with a defensive coach like Dan Lanning, Tosh Lupoy, like those guys have done it at a high level, at an elite level on the defensive side, and I wanted to be a part of that. Oregon football has always been one of the top teams in the conference and won for a long time, so I wanted to be a part of that. So being able to come here and have an opportunity to win at a high level, get to the playoffs, win a conference championship, and also play elite defense, that's what really drew me here.
I heard that when you were discussing the job, you were also driving to Texas in a really big van. Well, I got to imagine, what was that kind of conversation like?
It was pretty crazy. My son played the night before in the JUCO National Championship in Arkansas, and we win and we celebrate. I go to sleep, I wake up in the morning, I get a text message, and it's from Coach Lanning and Coach Lupoy. So we have all 9 in a 15-passenger van, and we're driving down, and we pull over, get some gas, and then we're sitting talking ball, and that's how it all kind of started.
Was that an easy conversation with your family? Of, hey, should we do this? Or
it was an easy conversation with them because we were making a gas station stop and they could go get something to eat for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and that's where the conversation happened with Coach Lane and Coach Toss. And it only took me about a few minutes after I talked to Coach Lane that I felt like, hey, this is a guy that I really want to work for and be with, because I know he's going to be able to do something special here.
Just on win?
Yes.
Sorry if you've been asked this already, but just kind of assess like the defensive line as a whole, and what do you just kind of grade on as far as looking at certain players?
I'm looking for guys that play with hard effort, guys that are relentless, guys that are tough. We're not even close to where we want to be at, and that's what spring ball is all about. I want the younger guys to continue to improve because they got to close the gap between the older guys that are not taking reps right now. And I think those guys are coming along. But as far as what I'm looking for specifically, guys that play hard, guys that play tough, guys that show up time and time again.
What's the toughest thing at this point, too? Is it conditioning? Is it just learning the playbook?
It's all of it. It's getting in shape. It's getting strong. It's learning the playbook. It's being able to operate at a high level, especially when you start getting tired. And Coach Kenny Dillingham's going really, really fast. Can I operate? Can I get the call? Can I put myself in a situation? Can I see the surfaces and backs? And then can I get my hand in the dirt and watch the guy in front of me so I can play my keys and reads? So can I do that time and time again? If it's 30 plays, can I do that 30 plays in a row? And that conditioning plays a part in that, because when you start getting tired as a big guy, you're not going to go through your checklist pre-snap. And that's all it takes is one play. And it's a big play on the offense, and we give that up. So those are the things that I'm trying to help these guys understand, that all of it matters.
You're talking about some of the guys, say, outside of you mentioned Shipley in particular, or Trevor Mize. How do you? Are you looking at on the 3 down front? Are they purely 4 eyes, and then when you go to 4 down, is it more of a 5-6, or
Yeah.
how do you differentiate?
Yeah, so there's times where we're going to be in the 3 down front. They'll play some 4 eye for us. But the great thing about our defense is that we play a lot of 4 down. We can get in 3 down. So they'll be in 4 downs. There'll be 5 technique defensive ends for us, depending on personnel group, and they can slide down and be a 3 technique for us too as well. Just because we're 4 down doesn't mean they're always going to be the 5 technique for us. We might put 2 outside backers, and we're going to slide our next big guy down to a 3 technique. And that gives us an athletic guy against an offensive guard that we feel like we can take advantage of in the pass game. So we'll probably use our best players like that and move them around.